Hello everyone, welcome back to another devlog. It's time to get the party started. We're finally working on an interesting and meaningful building, the fire station. There's a lot to talk about. First of all, this recording is 8.5 times sped up. So, it took me an hour and a half to, create the building and the plaza around it, but that's better than the first version of this. I created another fire station, however I didn't use it because it was too gimmicky and it looked really weird, and so I kind of wasted 2 hours on that, which kind of still haunts me. That makes me so upset that I wasted 2 hours on that nonsense. But this one looks really good, and we're gonna keep it. It's in a really good position. I have it right off of Main Street here, and I don't think it's in yet, but the part of the road that it crosses is a open median, so the trucks can turn left or right onto Main Street, depending on where they need to go. So it's a very advantageous position, along with just being better in general than the other one in terms of looks and stuff. So anyway, that's what we're doing. This is Station 2 for the Harlan County Fire Department. Station 1, or the headquarters, will be in Meridian, because that's where everything important is going. And speaking of the cities, plans for RSU and Millbrook. RSU is, well, in case you don't already know, if you haven't been with the communities for a while, RSU is the Rockhaven State University, which actually does have a role, like, in training people and stuff for the actual real estate, but other than that, it has multiple campuses in-game, and one of those is in Lakeview, which is this city. So, just north of Lakeview, and actually, it was originally going to be separate, but I'm probably going to incorporate it just a little bit more so that Lakeview has, or is a larger city in general. I'll incorporate some retail and some apartment buildings up there. But that hill that you see there, you kind of see that's right next to the fire station. On top of that hill is where RSU will be, and so it'll be a nice big campus. I think I already talked about this in the last episode, but it will be like an actual campus. There will be buildings and halls and stuff, and all of those cool things, and then we can add some apartments and some retail buildings, so that should look really nice. And then of course it'll be functional as well for those who actually need to use it. So I'll talk more about the logistics of RSU later down the line, but in the meantime, I have been working a lot on programming. So the vehicles, I am proud to say, are very close to being done. You thought I was going to say they were done, huh? Yeah, they're very close to being done. There's some bug fixes that I need to do, and I need to clean up the code a little bit, but other than that, they work, and they drive well, and I can't wait to get them into the game. That includes things like spawning and purchasing as well. Alex and I have been working on changing up the profile data store, so I have to wait for that to be complete before I can start doing data store and vehicle purchasing and stuff. But I mean, the functionality works. It worked with the old data store, I just have to update it again. But then you'll be able to purchase vehicles, they'll save to your account. You can customize the colors on them whenever you buy them, so each vehicle has a set of interior and exterior colors that you can get by default, so you get a choice to pick those, and then it gives you randomly assigned plate, and then it'll add it to your account, and then you can spawn the car in at any of the spawners. So the functionality for that is working, and then of course the actual driving system is also working, the vehicle UI, all that kind of stuff, and I think it actually works really well. I got rid of the drive modes that I had on the old version of the vehicles. They're just, I mean, they're kind of useless, and they're a pain in the ass to implement, so I just got rid of them. And the cars will be a little bit less realistic to handle, but more like a normal game, so a little bit more arcadey acceleration and stuff, but that's fine. If anything, it just makes everyone's life easier. Another thing to add is that things like gas usage also work. Like, when I mean I have everything done for the cars, I mean I have everything done except for, like, ELS and sirens, which is a whole other, like, can of worms. But, like, literally everything else is done. Entering, exiting, locking, vehicle ownership, the, refill, like, GUI to refill your car also works. But that, like, everything about that works. So they're, like, actually done. They're not, like, fake done, like they were for Major Milestone 1, where they were still missing some features. They're, like, genuinely done. Other than that, I've been doing some other programming for, like, the main GUI, and, like, stamina, hunger, thirst, that kind of stuff. I did a notifications thing, so that, the rest of the game can use this notification framework, and it's not buggy, nice and good, and it just displays notifications as they arrive, even if they're being spammed, so that's good. And then, other than that, I guess the last things I have to say are for, like, the different kinds of development other than building and programming. So, for example, interior development is getting there. I have a candidate that made a house interior, and it looks really good. There are some things that we'll have to change because it's Rockhaven, and there's some, like, specific stuff, but I'm hopefully gonna get that sorted out later tonight so that we can have an interior dev, and then we can finally kind of get the ball rolling and that kind of stuff. It is my nightmare to have the interiors not done again, because logging on to the old version of Rockhaven and remembering that every single building in the game didn't have an interior, that was truly an experience I would not wish on my worst enemies. So I want to have that stuff done and out of the way so I don't have to worry about it and it doesn't haunt me when I go to bed. So that would be very nice. And then other than that, Lada and I have been working on logos and uniforms and branding, all of that kind of stuff. So we can, I don't want to show this off yet because I want to have a more complete picture of what everything looks like. I want to have more of the branding done and more of the uniforms done before I show anything off. But I am hoping to eventually have you guys able to join a game and look at all of those uniforms and logos and stuff, and we can kind of just release them as one big batch for everyone to see. And yeah, so I've just been working on that when I'm not working on the map or programming, and that stuff is coming along really good. So far, I can say with confidence that every single logo that I've made so far is better than the old version. So, everything is an improvement. I'm glad to say that the new logos look way better than the old ones. It's not necessarily like a major format change or anything, but just like the design of them overall and the colors just look a lot better. On top of that, I've been doing more badges, like actual badge vectors instead of just patches and stuff, and that really increases the level of detail a lot, which looks really good. So, the last thing of developer news that I have is, we are looking to hire somebody to do vehicle outfitting, so like liveries and some of the interiors for the police vehicles and light bars and that kind of stuff. All of that stuff should be done. We have somebody in mind that is hopefully going to be able to do that, and that is just another load off of my plate. Especially for the liveries, those are really difficult. But yeah, that's about it. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you like the fire department, and I'll see you guys in the next one.